Denver's cooling housing market is leading to some heated emotions between some buyers and sellers. Realtors are reporting a rise in legal disputes stemming from deals going sideways and contracts falling apart. Our real estate expert joins us with more now. Lane Lyon is a realtor and managing broker at Caldwell Banker. Thanks for coming in.
Corey, good morning. We like things to be fun and exciting, but sometimes it can get a little tense.
Yeah, it's fueling some frustration. So interesting. So what happens when buyers and sellers wind up in a dispute like this?
Well, you have to kind of turn the clock back in time to kind of know where the context is, because if you think about 2 years ago, buyer demand was through the roof. Some sellers were getting 10 and 20 offers. So if a buyer changed his or her mind, the seller is more likely to say, all right, I'll go to the next in line and probably get something better.
Right.
Fast forward to today, homes are still selling, not as fast though, and with fewer offers. So if that same situation pops up, you're more likely to have a seller say, yeah, no, not so fast.
Yikes. So you have some suggestions for home buyers to, keep things from getting heated.
Well, absolutely. And one of the things that's important to know is that lawyers are hearing about this too. In fact, I talked to an attorney from the Colorado Association of Realtors who says this is the #1 concern coming in on a legal hotline for realtors. Earnest money disputes, people wanting their money back. So yes, there are a few things you should think about if you're buying a house, which we encourage this time of year. There's still opportunities, but be sure to do your homework and know your deadlines. For example, know your monthly payment estimate. This is something you're going to get early on in the process with the taxes factored in, with the interest rate factored in, what you're in for with that payment. And then be sure to do your inspection and make sure your realtor communicates clearly back to the sellers what you need to have done in order for the deal to continue and what your options are if you can't reach a resolution. And then also I wanted to mention property insurance. This is something that's coming up a little bit more now because, as you guys have been reporting, premiums are going up because we've had fire, we've had hail. I've had a couple of cases just in the last week, Corey, where insurance companies were wanting to decline coverage to a home buyer unless the roof got replaced that was damaged by hail. Insurance company is not part of the contract, but you do need insurance to get a loan. And in one case, it came up very, very close to closing. Seller was not real excited about throwing in extra money at the last minute. It almost blew up the entire deal. Thankfully, it didn't. And I want to say, too, Corey, we are in the business of trying to prevent these things from happening. We want things to go smooth, but I think it is a reminder, if you're looking to buy or sell right now, you should expect to play by the rules.
And my have things changed so recently? Because there was a point in time where you were waiving inspections and right, and like you were saying, if an offer fell through, they'd be like, all right, I'll just move on to the next. But things are different.
Very different time, and the last thing you want is to find yourself in court, because the contract is pretty clear about what happens when people disagree. Mediation is first. Next stop is going to be court after that, and nobody wants to go there. And we agents are trying to do our best, but unfortunately, we're just in a time where emotions are high.
Boy, is that true. Lane, as always, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Corey.